The sliding glass doors of the premium airport lounge open quietly, and the first thing you notice is the calm. Soft lighting spills across polished floors while distant conversations blend into a gentle background hum. The air smells faintly of fresh coffee and warm pastries, and the atmosphere feels more like an upscale hotel than an airport terminal. Outside the massive windows, aircraft glides slowly across the tarmac under golden evening light. Somewhere out there waits a seat that many travelers only dream about. Tonight's journey isn't just another flight across the ocean. It's a ticket that costs more than some cars. The most expensive first-class ticket ever. Walking toward the private boarding gate, the pace of the airport seems to slow down. There are no crowds rushing past, no loud announcements echoing through packed corridors. Instead, there's space, quiet, and a sense that this part of the airport belongs to a completely different world. A concierge greets you with a calm smile and scans the boarding pass. Within seconds, you're invited down a private jet bridge where soft carpet replaces the usual airport flooring. The lighting dims slightly as the aircraft door comes into view. And this is where the experience truly begins. Stepping inside the aircraft cabin feels almost surreal. Instead of rows of tightly packed seats stretching into the distance, the space opens up into what looks more like a luxury train carriage. Wide suites line the cabin, each one separated by tall privacy walls and sliding doors. The lighting glows softly across warm wood finishes and brushed metal accents. There's a quiet elegance here, a sense that every detail was designed to slow you down and let you breathe. A flight attendant welcomes you with a warm greeting and offers to guide you to your suite. There's no rush, no crowded aisle traffic. Just a calm walk through a cabin that feels astonishingly spacious for an airplane flying at 35,000 feet. And then you arrive at your seat. Except calling it a seat almost feels wrong. Because what sits here is closer to a private room than a typical airline chair. The suite stretches wide enough that you instantly notice the difference compared to any economy or even premium economy seat. Instead of squeezing into a narrow space, you can move your arms freely without touching anything. The seat itself is deeply cushioned, upholstered in soft leather that feels more like something you'd expect in a luxury car showroom. The headrest adjusts smoothly to cradle your neck, while the seat base offers layers of padding designed for hours of comfort. Legroom isn't just generous. It's enormous. Stretching your legs forward reveals space that feels almost unlimited compared to the tight rows of economy class behind the curtain. Even with the seat fully extended, there's still room to move. And the best part is the privacy. Sliding the suite door closed creates a small personal sanctuary in the sky. The cabin around you fades into the background as the quiet environment takes over. From here, the view through the large aircraft window becomes your private panorama of the world outside. The flight attendant returns with a welcome drink served in real glassware, not plastic. The tray table beside the seat slides out smoothly, wide and sturdy enough to feel like a small dining table rather than a fold-out airplane surface. As boarding continues quietly around you, the atmosphere remains calm and unhurried. There are no overhead bins slamming shut or passengers squeezing past each other. Everything moves at a different pace in first class. A large entertainment screen sits directly in front of the seat, easily larger than most laptop displays. The resolution is sharp and vibrant, turning movies into something closer to a private cinema experience. Touch controls respond instantly, allowing you to browse through hundreds of films, TV shows, and music selections without any delay. Below the screen, discrete storage compartments hide charging outlets for phones, tablets, and laptops. Everything feels thoughtfully placed, ensuring that nothing interrupts the comfort of the suite. The aircraft doors close quietly. The cabin lights dim slightly. And as the engines begin their distant hum, the feeling of anticipation settles in. Taxiing across the runway feels different from this seat. The cushioning absorbs small bumps, and the wide armrests create a sense of stability that's impossible to find in a narrow economy seat. Then the engines power up. The aircraft accelerates smoothly, pressing you gently into the seat as the runway lights blur past the window. Within moments, the city lights shrink beneath the wings. And the real journey begins. Once the aircraft levels off at cruising altitude, the cabin transforms into something even more peaceful. Soft ambient lighting replaces the brighter boarding lights, casting a warm glow across the suites. The sound of the engines fades into a distant whisper. This is where long-haul travel reveals its true character. The seat adjusts effortlessly using the touchscreen controls beside you. With a gentle tap, the backrest reclines while the leg rest rises slowly until your body settles into a near-perfect lounging position. But the most remarkable feature comes when the seat transforms fully into a bed. The transition is smooth and silent. Within seconds, the seat extends forward, flattening into a completely lie-flat sleeping surface. A thick mattress pad appears as the crew prepares the bed, followed by a large pillow and a plush blanket. The bed stretches long enough that even tall passengers can lie down comfortably without bending their legs. And suddenly, this airplane seat feels more like a hotel bed floating quietly across the sky. Meanwhile, the dining experience begins. A crisp white tablecloth appears across the tray table, turning the space into a miniature restaurant setting. The menu reads more like something from a fine dining establishment than an airline meal service. Fresh appetizers arrive first, beautifully presented on real porcelain plates. The aroma of warm bread fills the suite as the main course follows shortly after. Each dish is plated carefully, designed to look just as good as it tastes. In economy class, meals are quick and functional. Here, they feel like part of the journey. Between courses, you notice just how quiet the cabin truly is. With only a handful of suites in first class, the environment remains peaceful even during service. The wide seats, soft lighting, and private doors create an atmosphere closer to a boutique hotel than an aircraft cabin. Hours pass effortlessly. You stretch your legs without restriction. Watch a movie on the massive screen. Sip another drink while gazing out the window at endless clouds illuminated by moonlight. At cruising altitude, the cabin becomes one of the calmest places imaginable. Eventually, the crew prepares the suite for sleep. The mattress is laid perfectly flat. The pillow fluffs into shape. The blanket drapes softly across the bed. Sliding the suite door closed once again creates complete privacy. The cabin lights dim further. And as the quiet hum of the engines continues outside, drifting into sleep becomes surprisingly easy. This is something economy travelers rarely experience on long flights. Instead of waking up stiff and restless, you find yourself sleeping deeply as the aircraft crosses continents. Hours later, the gentle glow of morning light begins to filter through the window. The crew moves softly through the cabin, preparing breakfast for passengers beginning to wake up. Stretching after a full night's sleep at 35,000 feet feels almost unbelievable. The seat returns smoothly to its upright position as breakfast service begins. Fresh fruit, warm pastries, and perfectly brewed coffee appear on the table. Outside the window, the horizon glows with early sunlight. The aircraft slowly begins its descent toward the destination. Even after nearly 12 hours in the air, there's no fatigue, no cramped muscles, no feeling of exhaustion. That's the difference luxury travel can make. Compared to economy or even premium economy, the physical comfort alone changes the entire experience of long-haul flights. Instead of enduring the journey, you actually enjoy it. As the aircraft touches down gently on the runway, passengers remain relaxed and refreshed. The cabin lights brighten slightly as the aircraft taxis toward the gate. Soon the suite door opens one final time. Walking through the quiet first-class cabin again, you realize just how different this environment is compared to the rest of the aircraft behind the curtain. Space. Privacy. Calm. These are the true luxuries that define the most expensive first-class ticket ever. Of course, this level of travel isn't for everyone. The cost alone places it far beyond the reach of most travelers. But for those who value comfort, privacy, and an unforgettable journey across the world, it represents the absolute peak of commercial aviation. Because sometimes the journey matters just as much as the destination. And when a flight feels this relaxing, this quiet, and this comfortable, it becomes more than transportation. It becomes an experience. If you enjoy exploring the world of luxury aviation, premium airline cabins, and unforgettable travel experiences like this one, Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And stay tuned for more journeys into the most comfortable seats in the sky.